foreign hoodie you take from the rich and the poor, and us wearing diamond shoes where you walk.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. And a fair catch signal for and taken successfully. First carry for DeAndre Swift. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
First down.
Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got Herndon. His tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
To Chris Herndon.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Pressure, he's brought down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
After the interception, here's Stanford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, Swift. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. It is incomplete.
Intended for Chris Herndon. Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Gun now on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First down carry here for Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with Johnson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Drop to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
You met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Stafford going to give it to Swift. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. It's a great throw right there, and really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Jets.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's Swift. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll run with Swift. This is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Warwasser's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
His throw incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a quickly to Galladay. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st down, New York.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. That catch good for only a couple. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll air this one out deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. To throw again. And he's got it. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's interesting, because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
New York.
Ty Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Second and 7. Stafford, and that's complete to Jesse James. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Patrick on
no gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a second and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now Landry. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They go to Johnson again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. It's caught by Herndon. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Complete to Chris.
10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And it's
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Ty Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
On 2nd down now, Swift, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down at Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
8-yard line.
On 1st down, Stafford here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Throwing on third down, Stafford.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing again is Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. To the air again, Stafford. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal.
Lions 14. Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Jets.
On the toss, here's Robinson. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Tackle made.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down.
Taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Jets, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.